Counterfeiting is the crime that imitates a product and then produces that product like the genuine copy. The counterfeiter normally produces the product with lower quality materials than the original product. Counterfeiting can affect you in many ways. First of all, counterfeiters do not pay taxes, so if there are many counterfeiters in your local city, county, or state, they may not have enough money to fund social programs like schools and other things. Also, they take advantage of employees, often not paying them fair wages in harsh working conditions. Most counterfeiters imitate items like jewelry, electronics, money, wallets and handbags, and clothes. You can be punished with up to 25 years in prison and a $250,000 fine if convicted for counterfeiting. Most cases of counterfeiting are not in the United States, but in 2015 the United States saw a huge spike in counterfeiting. Although the United States saw this huge spike, still over 78% of all counterfeiting cases are in China.
He didn't counterfeit $100 bills, but instead did $1 bills and $10 bills. He used these to pay for small things, such as his lunch or the newspaper. He was difficult to catch because he would often give out the bills at busy times, and he'd hand them in with a stack of real bills, so it was hard to tell that there was fake bills in the stack. However, his bills were poorly made and often had typos, and sometimes some of the parts of the bills were missing. And he also used regular paper instead of the cotton paper that the government used for their bills. Still, his counterfeiting lasted over 10 years, and he was only caught after his apartment burned down and some teenagers found the fake bills laying outside. When he was finally caught, he was fined $1 and sentenced to a year and 1 day in prison. However, he only served 4 months. After prison, he made a movie called Mr. 880, which is named after his case.
One of the most famous counterfeiters in the past 20 years is Arthur Williams. He printed the most realistic-looking $100 bills in 1996. He got away for so long because of the many ways he adapted to the new security features on the bill. He used automobile paint and rubber stamps to get past the color-changing ink. To make the bills feel more real, he used phone book paper instead of normal paper. He also never stayed in the same town for too long, which made it a lot harder for the police to trace him. He never spent more than $100 at the same place, so that he was even harder to trace. He finally got caught when he went to Alaska to help his dad out with financial problems. He started printing money there but didn't have the proper equipment, so the bills came out more sloppy, which is how the police traced him back to Alaska and arrested him in 2002. He was sentenced to 3 years in prison, but it should have been more, but the police did an illegal search and seizure. Frank Barassa is the biggest case in the past 20 years for counterfeiting. He printed over $250 million in U.S. currency. He had one of the most sophisticated operations ever seen in this line of crime. He even outsourced the paper that he used for the money to paper mills in Switzerland and Germany. He also did extensive research into the security features of the bill to make it look as realistic as he could. Luckily for him, he was doing his operation in Canada, so he didn't get as much jail time when he was finally caught.